Mobina Nouri, and I was born and raised in Isfahan, Iran. I was using bamboo pen and ink to write in calligraphy when I was 6 years old, and it was part of school for me and reading poetry. I graduated from Tehran University Fine Art faculty in theater and product design for my master. And then I applied for creativity science in Ph.D. and I got awarded the Ph.D. scholarship in London University. And I graduated and then I moved to San Francisco. The artist and the viewer are part of the interpretation of the art. One of them complete the art in the sense that it's the outcome is ready for the viewer. And I think it's like the interaction, it's like a dialogue between the viewer and the artist. So like every other types of art, I think my responsibility 50% is done when I finished my work through my expression, and the other half is related to what other people see in my works, which is really important, and but I don't have any control over their interpretation. When they're standing in front of any of my artworks, they feel some sort of duality, like something it's very familiar, like calligraphy and poems and poetry is very important part of my work. And then the other part is like nude photos, which resonate this kind of poetry. And it's kind of challenge for them, and most of the time people have hate and love relationship with my works, because in one way it's really familiar and it's coming through the whole idea of poetry and words, and on the other hand sometimes it's not really easy to digest with the complex way of presentation, which I believe is it's a very modern and contemporary interpretation of using poetry and calligraphy. I have so many influencers in art, poetry, music, but I think the one that is really important and I connected a lot is Rumi, because I use lots of Rumi poems in my work. I don't know exactly the reason. Maybe I see my art as a spiritual activity that I'm doing, and it's more ritual and kind of mindfulness for me. But at the same time, I love the meaning and the powerful concept of his poems. What I want to communicate with the world, it's about bringing freedom to the art as a tool to create those questions and questions of what is the boundary, what is the borders, and as Klimt say, to every age it's art, and to every art it's freedom. So freedom is the most important concept for all human beings, and I think art is the purest medium for creating that kind of freedom for expressing the truth. This work is including 250,000 words of Rumi. It's called Dance with Rumi. And these two pieces are the last pieces that I work on, and it takes so much time. It's all about writing by hand. Like everything in my work is it's not about using digital tools, which is like very common, but my signature is mostly about how I can use like calligraphy in a very kind of traditional format, but in a new context.